and onto the mods. So first I'm going to check the global variables because the script, let me pull it up as well. Oh, hello, Mr. Namps. Yeah, right in front of the keyboard. Yes. Wants attention. Yeah. Okay, so open. So I'm in headers. I want my random plant header, which I added to the map scripts that I'm working with. Random plant. And so I'm using this global variable to track the last hex mark that it was on, and this is really the only indicator I'm going to have. So 17498. Okay, I'm going to need to open the map script as well. So what? It's Klamath Grays? Yeah. Uh, there is not. What? Oh, there is not a 17 here. Hold on. Okay. This is before I entered either of those maps. It's the same. Uh, all the way back to, yeah, so that's before I left Arroyo. This is when the script was used on this random encounter map with Kaga, and that's when it was set permanently. Huh. So 0, and then it goes. Okay, so sets it to 0, then from 0 to 1, then from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 back to 0, and oh, oh, it's never, and because it has to be one of those numbers, right? And because I changed maps, it now will only work on that map because it's it doesn't find the number it's looking for, so it doesn't do anything. Um, oh, I know what I can do. So this is, oops. Else set global variable back to 0. Oh, but I have to, okay. And I need a, you need these for defines. Oh, that's, oh, it automatically did that when I tabbed. I see. Okay, so that should work. Wait, why is it? What doesn't it like about that? Okay, why? Sometimes this thing does not make any sense. I guess because yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't want a semicolon there when usually it does. It's just though, I mean, it's always going to start from the same hex, and I want it to be random. You know, I'm going to look at see if there's a way to randomize these because I would rather than having it just go through this list like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over and over again, plopping down the Zanderroot and Brox. Yeah, because if it's say like I set this to 2, or say it's only 2, then it's only ever going to hit those first two marks. I'm going to look into this. So I'm going to go and do that because it's probably going to take a while, and I will return once I've found the answer. Yeah. Okay, I figured it out. So again, I was looking at this and thinking it's pretty clunky and wishing that I could just grab these randomly, and I realized that I can do that with the script extender with SFall. So I pulled up the documentation and it took me a while to figure out, but this is exactly what I need. Lists. That is exactly what I am looking for. The thing is that I only started working with SFall scripting like a week ago, and this all looked very complicated. So, I'm reading all this and I'm going, okay, but how do I apply it? I need examples. So I found some. I grabbed this this is the random encounter maps from Fallout 1 and 2. And I remember looking at these scripts like months ago because I wanted to create um, random spawns in cave maps the same way they did. They really, really improved like on the random spawns because they also create, chests with stuff in them. So random chests in random spots with random stuff and all sorts of other cool little things. They came up with some really creative new random cave encounters. But when I opened it up, before I had looked into any kind of SFall scripting, I just kind of went, "Oh, this is huh? I'm not ready for this." But now I got some SFall scripting under my belt. Worked with a couple global scripts. I'm more familiar with the syntax. I know that this, see, area list, where mobs will spawn, where containers will spawn, and so on. So the area lists, those are the map hexes. So I just needed to do something exactly like that. So I turned this into, so this is the grazing map, and this is the um, trapping grounds map. So this, all I have to do, well, on one end of this anyway, is exchange that. And I can just change the list. I'm not limited to only 6 spots on the map, which is what I kept it to just because um, this this was based on the same script as on the Arroyo hunting grounds. I just, you know, copied it, removed, took exact only what I needed, copy pasted it, adapted it. So I was always limited, but yeah, limited to, actually, there's a better way to do that. Uh, yeah. As you can see by how many commas there are in the list I took from the trapping ground script, now I can add as many as I want. So yeah, that I can add more on the, I was just basically using the mapper and clicking on a hex, trying to figure out how many, because I mean that function actually radiates outward in so many directions. So it's like the numbers 0 through 5 on this script here. This tile number and direction. This is the new script. But the old script with the global variable was, so this global variable was that the hex marker, this is the random direction, and this is how many um, tiles away, sort of random from one number to another. This one, I've also sort of slightly changed the random distance, but yeah, I was able to compress the variables to this. Like, it's so much more elegant. Also, I realized from looking at this script, when the variables are called, oh, it's in this one, isn't it? Yeah. I didn't even know that the scripting language let you do this. Just declare variable once and then separate them by commas and then give the last one a semicolon. So this is why learning from example is so important. But so I had to find the right kind of use of the array though, because it wasn't just enough to create this list. Now I have to figure out how they're done. And this script gave me 2 options. So we have this one, array random value. And I thought, that's what I'm looking for. But a lot of the times, this is only used once. So it picks one random element. And when I was looking at the whiles, I noticed that they were using this for each statement. but that just goes down the list. It's basically doing, no, old one. It's basically doing this. This is exactly what it goes. It goes from the first hex to the next, to the next, to the next down the list. And so this spawns something on every tile unless you have this sort of random chance, which I don't see there, but this is so yeah, it took me a while to find what I was looking for, and here you have the for each in the area list, so it's spawning on a random chance. So not every tile is going to be filled. And then the scenery list is creating creatures. But here they're creating random creatures because even though they use the array random value macro, they put it inside the while block. So for every frame, it's calling up a new value from the list. That's brilliant. So that's exactly what I did because that's all I needed to do. So I put it inside the while loop. That's the old one again. I put it inside the while loop for it to call the next spawn hex and plug it in, and each time it does the loop, it's going to do this again and again and again. So that means I don't need to save. That's a temporary array. So I don't have to worry about any of the complicated stuff that was in this SFall documentation about fixing arrays and storing them and blah blah blah. Now, and also on top of that, they used in this include files. That's the other way I found found the right headers. This SFall library arrays, and that is where you find the array random value. So thanks to the lovely people who came up with this library. This guy Phobos, I guess is who made these. Was it Timeslip who created the SFall? These guys are wizards. I'm just a script monkey. Like, so now that I've done that one, I've done the Trapper one, and I've already copied it over into my gaming install. Let's test it out. So I'm gonna load from, oh, I'll do this one just because it's in the daytime. Easier to see. Okay, because I haven't loaded this map yet. Let's check it out. Ah, there! Look! Look, they're all spread around instead of clustered in one spot. And they're random, because I mean, there's hexes. Oh yeah, one of them's seen me. You know, I put hexes all down there, but no, because it's random, they're not all going to land. That's fine. That's exactly what I wanted. So now, they're randomly spread across the map. It looks more natural. This is great. I did it. Oh my god, I did it! So now I've made something that works even better than the original Arroyo map. Hell yeah! All right. Yeah. Okay, so now that that's taken care of, I'll go on to, the next video I will get on with I have a few more quests in Klamath, and so I will see you all then.